It was the best flan in the universe, except for the flans that were better.
If there was ever a day that I wanted cars to go by, it's today! Today, I don't have a question from somebody, but I did have some stuff to talk about. The joys of money in other countries. Because it's been such a weird thing. I should probably do a video like this later on with my husband, who has done more direct handling with money than me. Because he's a numbers guy. And I think I might have one of those psychosomatic learning disabilities that has to do with bad experiences with math I talked about a few days ago or whatever, where I just kind of shut down around numbers. But my perceptions are still maybe somewhat interesting for someone. So what was really strange for us first was going from Germany to France. Because Germany's pretty modern, pretty straightforward. Lots of deposits just done digitally. It was 2014, 2015 when we were there. I mean, longer than that, but was like our last full year. And then we went to France, and it was like they're stuck in like the 90s. Like they only use checks. So I remember that there were some hassles with that. And yeah, just annoying. One annoying thing with money in Germany, back to that for a sec, is that when we performed for schools, it was a deal of like the students would pay for the program themselves, and it would be like €1.50 or €2 per student. And sometimes it would be in small change. The kids would put their money together. So we would get this huge, like maybe even 6-pound bag of money, of coins, that we would have to painstakingly count before signing receipts and things. It was just kind of crazy. So then we'd have to, buy food, buy petrol with this huge piles of coins. So after France, we were in America. I don't remember too much struggle there with money, other than the fact that we didn't have any programs on the calendar because it was a brand new area that covered a huge chunk of the Pacific Northwest and Rocky Mountain area of the US. But then we were in South Africa, and money goes a lot further there. A lot further. There are families that are existing on a very small amount of money, like $20 would feed a family for like a month, maybe. It's not even exaggeration. We lived very simply there. Sometimes, hi puppy, you're a good boy. Yeah, I wish I knew your name. I wish I did. My life is still so affected by my time in Africa. Like, I can't take long showers I can't let the water run meaninglessly. When I lived for 3 days in a house without any running water, it felt so good to wash my hands when we left. We went to a KFC. There are a lot of KFCs in Africa. And just feeling that water, oh man. Because I mean, we did, she had a pump in the front yard. This was in, I want to say Lesotho. She had a pump in her front yard, and there were 4 like 2-room houses, apartments up against each other, and that she boiled the water for cooking. She had a sink, just no water to go through, so she was really careful. She was a nurse, so she knew how to be careful. The kids were so excited to pump the water, and they just had this game of it. There were kids nearby. There were so many cute little kids. And there was these kids just playing with garbage. And people washing their clothes in streams that looked past us, looked at us as we drove on this crazy uneven ground. And they were just like, the whole time we drove by, what are you even doing here? I was like, I wonder how many of them have never seen a white person in real life. So bizarre. My very, very first experience with poverty was in the former Yugoslavic Republic of Macedonia, which is no longer called that now, but it was when we were there. Now it's like Northern Macedonia or something. I'm so sorry if I'm wrong. I'm an ignorant person. But ignorance can be fixed through learning. So I will look it up. But anyway, I always thought if I see poverty, I'm gonna feel so sad. I'm gonna feel compassion and want to help people, because that's the kind of person I am. But when this group of kids descended on us, and they were scary. They kept saying pengar, pengar. No, Geld. They used the German word because they heard, I guess a lot of rich German tourists went there. So they were saying Geld, 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 Geld. And I just wanted to run away. I felt so uncomfortable and scared and out of control. There's a lot of begging children, and if you give them food or anything, they'll get beaten because they've got to bring all their money back to their bosses at the end of the day. So, yeah, one of them stole my camera out of my pocket, but then another one returned it, and then he was like, hey, you know, he took this, I'm bringing it back. Geld? I didn't give him any. We were told not to. So now, money experiences in Sweden. There's no money. There's like no cash at banks anymore. Everything's digital. So if you get a check, bring it here, they'll be like, what am I supposed to do with this? So apparently I'm eligible for the coronavirus thing. Check.
Awkward body comparison time.
I'm like 100% certain that I have not made enough money that I've had any taxes to pay to America. But I know that I still have to file and to prove that I haven't had enough money. But with like kids and life and jobs and Morton's school and so many things, it's still something that we need to do. Yay, grown-up things! But we'll get there. It's so great, and in Sweden the taxes is so easy. Like, basically, they send it, you can do it all over an app. They're like, this is what we've calculated, this is how much you owe, this is how much we're going to send you back, and you basically can just like tap agree, and it's like done. And some people, you can choose to do it yourself and see if you can squeeze a little bit more out, but it's like so technical and complicated that most Swedes are like, agree. Oh, so exhausted, so much work filing taxes. But yeah, anyway, hope this wasn't too boring for you. I just want to say hugs and nostrils of death.